Hello and welcome to Crypto Bible. My name's Oliver Tompkins, and in today's episode, we're going to be chatting to Elliot Rain again, looking at how to use the chart, but more specifically, over the further weeks that we've done like a bit of a series, and we've covered different tools. And today we're going to be looking at different levels, support levels, resistance levels. You probably don't understand a word that I'm saying, but you will do by the end of this episode. If you love everything crypto related, throw me an early like, why not? Get yourself subscribed to the channel, and at any point, if you want to learn something specific, then put it in the comments below and we will get a video done for you. Right now, I'm going to get Elliot on, say hello to him, and we'll start talking a little bit more about these levels. Here he is to save the day. It's Elliot. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm awesome. Right. Tell me and all the millions that are watching this video what we're learning today.
So you might have heard quite a lot on YouTube, people saying support, resistance, but what actually is that? And that's what we're going to cover today, about how to accurately plot levels of support and resistance. But actually what we're going to do is we're going to break it down from the bottom level up. So we're going to look at trend structure, about what makes an uptrend and why support and resistance has value in that. And then we're going to start to plot in some levels to work out getting a high, what we call top-down analysis, where we're looking from the top view, from the monthly time frame, breaking it down in the different kind of structure levels and time frame levels to be able to get an outcome. So that's what we're going to do today.
Sounds awesome. Have we got a chart to look at? Because I love looking at those reds and greens.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Mine always look really pretty. So if I share the screen.
Here we go. I can add that and we're off. There you go. Lovely.
Fantastic. So what I'm going to do before I get into anything, I'm on the Ethereum. By now, everyone that's been watching should understand what's in front of us. And if you don't, view the videos before.
That's it. Yeah.
So in short, what I'm going to do before I get into anything in front of us in terms of the Ethereum and the monthly time frame that we've got in front of us, I'm going to get down. I'm going to get a little path, and I want to break down the anatomy of trend structure. So there's three types of, we could call it trend, right? There's really two, but there's also one that we find a lot of people say that generally sometimes means they probably might not know what they're talking about, but I'll get into why that is in a moment. But anyway, so first of all, what I'm going to cover is I'm going to cover an uptrend. So in an uptrend, continuously, you've got the point of the start of the trend. You're coming upwards, you're continuously forming higher highs and higher lows. I'm going to show you why this is in a moment and the reason why this happens, okay? So you can imagine an uptrend. We've got, I'm going to make this easier. I'm putting it in a little channel here.
Yeah.
Now, in an upwards trend, we're continuously forming higher highs, and each time the new high, we're getting a new high made, and we're getting a higher low. So the lows are getting higher,
yeah,
the highs are higher, right? Now, why is that? Okay, now this is simply because of supply and demand, or support and resistance, right? So let me explain. So what we've got here is we've got a level where the price has been too cheap here, so it's increased in value. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it's become too expensive in that respect, which has mean that it's hit a level of resistance. So the price is getting held down. Yeah. But then what's happened is the price has then been pushed down to a level where the previous support level is actually risen, right? So support is when the price is getting held up. You can think of it like a roof and a floor, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Think of it when you're you're kind of building a house. You've got the roof of the price and you've got the floor of the price. And each time that this uptrend is happening, you're finding a new level of resistance here and a higher level of support, keeping the price higher. Yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, eventually, the price isn't just going to go up forever. Eventually, what we're going to find is that the price is probably going to try and get higher. It might find resistance probably at this new high just here, or it might not even get to there. And what we find there is that the price finds a new level of support higher, but the price then makes a lower high here relative to this previous high. Yeah?
Right.
And what might happen there is the price might go into a period of, might move sideways, and this is what we call consolidation, but I'm going to get into why I actually don't like that in just a moment. And then what might happen is the price might then go ahead and this previous low, which was a previous new high.
Yeah.
What might happen is the price might then breach that low, come back down to test what was a previous support level, now as a resistance level. Yeah. So the previous place where the demand was, where the price was deemed as cheap, is now deemed as expensive. So we make a lower high. Yeah. So lower high, right. New lower low. And then the price officially then will go into potentially a downtrend. Yeah. And what happens in a downtrend? It's exactly the opposite. So we're making lower highs, we're making lower lows. Yeah. Lower high,
right.
Lower low. And what's happening in a downtrend is we're getting the price is continuously making obviously lower highs and lower lows, but the demand levels are getting lower and also the supply levels are getting lower. So the previous, let's say here, where it was previously deemed a little bit cheap, so the price went up, now it's been deemed as something that's too expensive, so it's pushed it down. And the new cheap level is here, but actually the new expensive level has become even lower. So we're in a downwards trending movement. So the support and resistance, what's happening is previously the support was getting higher, but actually now the support is getting lower and the resistance is also getting lower. Yeah.
Right. Got ya.
Completely flipped. So we've got three things that I've talked about there. We've got the uptrend, the downtrend, we've got the consolidation, which means the price is going sideways. Now, the reason why I'm not a fan of consolidation is because the price always has a direction that it's moving. It always has a desired direction. Now, if we're looking at the chart in its simplest form just here with regards to Ethereum, if I just go on the weekly time frame, you can see that right now we were previously making higher highs and higher lows. We made a new low here from this previous low.
Yeah.
New lower high. We made a higher low from this low here. Made a higher high, and now we made a higher low. So if I map this out, you can see we're actually, regardless of whether the market's been going down, we're actually in an uptrend on the weekly time frame. On the, So what we're looking at just here is essentially levels where the price in real time is now officially got a new level of support. It's got a new level of resistance. And we're now looking at whether we can continue that. If I go down to the daily, because I'm going to get more data here, can we continue that? And depending on how I draw this, I'm just going to have to do this in just a moment to see how we're looking. You can see just here that higher low, higher low, higher low. And the levels of support are getting higher, but actually so are the levels of resistance, right? So on the daily time frame, we're in an upwards trend, right? Now, what I'm going to teach you today is essentially how we use these methodologies. So that's support and resistance levels at its basics level when we're looking at trend structure for uptrends and downtrends.
Yeah.
What I'm going to teach you now is how we break down exactly the chart from a higher time frame, utilizing our understanding of support and resistance to get a desired understanding as to where potentially in the future price could go or range between. Okay. So what I'm going to do, and I always recommend you guys need to do this however is best for you, but I prefer to use horizontal rays. Okay. So like this, meaning that, other people like to use containers. So they like to use, for example, let's have a look here where we're looking. I'm trying to find it. Rectangles. So we can create like boxes like this, but I prefer to keep it clean and have horizontal rays. Now, essentially what we're going to start off by doing just here is we're going to start the monthly time frame and we're going to work out key areas where on the monthly time frame the price has reacted through support and resistance in previous times. Okay, so a very key easy level just here is in 2018 we got a clear top just here. Yeah, see that?
Yeah, see that.
Price reacted. We've also now got at the bottom just here, I'm going to do it from here, we've got a clear bottom in the price just here where we've been at the past and we've revisited just there.
Yeah,
we've got levels. I'm not going to go any lower than that. We could go lower if we really wanted to. I always like to, in my own phrase, I mean, I'm going to have to go even lower to see this. But I always like to call this even lower here. If I go here, any lower than that, I mean, I wouldn't even bother, to be honest with you. Any lower because the price is not going to revisit there for quite some time. And if it does, then, we know that it's very severely undervalued. If I do this, get rid of this. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother with that, to be honest. So what we're going to do just here is I'm going to go back to the weekly time frame and I go back out to the monthly time frame. And I've got two levels there that I'm not really bothered about anything below that because we're here. Now, I'm going to look at some more levels. So we've got a clear level here.
Yeah.
Price has reacted as support. Price has come down as wicks in the previous. And then we're going to go and find a clear top just here. Yeah. Now, maybe I could put one more in, but what I'm going to do is the main goal of this is I'm going to leave this in just now. And it's all completely up to you guys as to kind of how you do. I'm going to put one in there just for now anyway. And actually, maybe I could put one in there just for now. I'm going to leave that as that. But the main goal here is we're going to work our way through the time frames to refine these levels so they're more optimal. So what you're going to see I'm going to do here is I'm going to look at this. I'm going to see, right, okay, I'm going to make this perfect. So we've got as many possible touches as possible.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to pull this just up here. So we've got the clear top made just there. So you can see we've got a level touch there. But what you've got here is you've got a previous level was actually used as support in the future just here. So previous level used as support here. So it was revisited. Now, looking at this just now, what I can actually do is I can take this level that we previous made and I can plot it around about here. Okay. Because we had a previous level of support, resistance turned into support. So we're refining this. And I'm also going to look at, well, how can I plot this one so it's even more optimal? So I'm going to go with here because we've got clear body closures. We've used it as support again in the past. Regardless of the fact we just dribbled through a bit here, we still used it as support here.
Yeah.
So it's all again preferential as to how you want to do it. And right now, as of today, we're using this as kind of support again. What I can then do is now I've refined my monthly levels. I'm going to change the color of this line, and I'm going to now plot what we call the weekly levels, right? So basically, in short, what we're looking at is all the orange ones are monthly levels, and the monthly levels are generally the harder levels to break, okay? Because they're monthly levels, meaning that levels of support or resistance have not been planned, but have been planted and kind of happened in the monthly time frame, which means that they're a lot harder to break as levels. I'm just going to also pull that across just so we can see what's going on. And I'm going to start plotting in some weekly time frame levels and work out, where things are reacting on the weekly time frame. So a clear level I can see just here is here. So clear level here, it's been revisited, it's been respected in here for resistance, been used as support, broke through, back as resistance, very clear level. Another clear level that I can see is just here. So that's between 3,500, 3,900. And I'm going to try and find potentially, you don't want to go too much to time with this because you can end up with absolutely loads of things on each chart. But another clear level is just here. Okay. And anything below that, I can put, no, I'm going to leave it at that. Now, you're going to do exactly the same thing again, is we're going to, as we work our way through the time frames, we're going to refine these levels to make sure that they're respected in that respect. So, and they're optimal. So I'm going to look at this one. I'm going to look at how many times have we been using that in the past. So we've got, this has been respected, used as support. Obviously, we fell through and came onto the monthly time frame then.
Yeah.
Support, resistance, support, probably resistance in the future. And I'm going to refine this one. I think that's pretty refined, to be honest. That should be fine. And then also this one, which has been used many, many times in the past. Now, the overall goal just here is to utilize these levels as you work your way through timeframes to get an idea as to where price may react as and when it breaks these levels. Okay.
Right.
What I mean by that is if we break to the upside or to the downside of here, I know that there's going to be a large amount of buy pressure around about, I'm going to put this up to 2K because it'll make it a perfect number. We call a perfect number like on the 1,000. I'll put this one up to 3,000 because that's where there's going to be a lot of people psychologically. It's called a psychological level because people psychologically will be buying and selling at those levels because it's easier math. That's just the psychology of it. Let me refine this a little bit more and refine this one a little bit more once again. And as we break our way through, what I always like to say is after we've got past the weekly time frame, we've now got as monthly and weekly time frames in. And this is just what I do. Some people don't do this. I like to now look. So we're in May of 2022. I now like to only now look at the data that's from May 2021. So the last years of data, right?
Yeah.
From here, I'm going to put a line in there, and I'm also going to put in a line at potentially at, I could put it at the end of this year, but I'm not going to. So I'm only looking now on my screen at this data just here. So everything behind that, because we know that these levels that I've got in here have been probably reacted to in the past, and all I have to do is go back and see that. I mean, to be honest, because we're in new data just here, it hasn't been reacted. If I was doing this top-down analysis just here and looking at this previous data, I would have had a lot of data to play with. But right now, we've only got this data to play with right now. So in a screen, we've got kind of data that's going on live. Now, we're in the daily time frame now. So the daily time frame, we don't want to end up with absolutely loads of lines on as charts, but we still need to know where the main levels are. So what I'm going to do is essentially I'm going to go back in and I'm going to get more rays, but I'm going, oh gosh, that's not the right one. I'm going to get more horizontal rays, and I'm going to change the color to, let's go pink. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start drawing out almost a trading range on the daily. Okay, so me at first glance, what I can see is I can see that we've got clear levels here that have been respected on the daily time frame.
Yeah.
We've also almost got a trading range from, and this is where as you're trading, you're going to look at this and you're going to say, right, okay, so we've got somewhat of a trading range here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now me as kind of a trader, let me get rid of this. I'm going to not really care about anything else other than what's in this trading range, because I've got my levels on. If I just make this a little bit of a different color.
So this is more for a day trader, right? That would be looking at this.
Exactly. We wouldn't really, to be honest, if you was investing, your levels are all you really need to work out where potential levels to buy and sell are.
Yeah.
Now, what we can see just here in front of us is we've got, right, well, if I'm going to start plotting a little skinny trend line here now, and maybe to be honest with you, I might draw a little channel because I can see that the price has been, reacting in and around here for a little while.
Yeah.
Now, what I've got in front of me just now is two outcomes, okay? There's two outcomes that could potentially happen with regards to Ethereum's price just now. The first outcome is we see Ethereum's price respect this channel once again, and we actually increase in value to 3,600. We've also got a daily level, a weekly level in there. So it might be, if you are trading this, it might be an idea to buy here and start to sell here, because we've got confluence between the outside of this trend line and also this weekly level.
Yeah.
If we've got a monthly level coming up, we're going to be thinking, and also we can see right now, we've sat on a monthly level, right? So it's going to be very hard. We're sat on a monthly level. So that's going to be very hard for that to break, as well as the fact that we've also got a little skinny trend line here as well. So there's multiple levels of confluence that we find. When I say confluence, it means we're building this house up. We've got things are adding up, right?
Yeah.
Now, what we've got just here is outcome number one. The price increases to 3,600. Yeah. Outcome number two, the price fails and breaks down this trend line. And the likelihood is we probably end up dropping to at least 2,300, because it's a daily level that's been respected. Yeah. And thereafter, probably $2,000, because that's a monthly level, right? Because it's probably not going to be as hard if we go through the daily level, because it's only a daily level. Yeah. Now, I'd say the more what's the thing? The more likelihood of things happening that we do get a reaction from Ethereum and go to the upside just here. How do I stack this up? I look at the daily time frame and I see, well, the last time we dropped below this moving average on the RSI dropped below this moving average, the price went down. Yeah.
Yeah.
The last time we went above it, the price went up. Yeah. We've just crossed above it right now. Yeah. See that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my third indicator to say, well, we've got a level of support on the on this trend line. We're sat on a monthly level, and we're also just made a cross just here that previously, the last time we crossed on the RSI and the moving average, we got an increase in value.
Yeah.
So that's things just there that I've now stacked up that could be part of my trading plan, that say I don't take a trade until these things stack up.
Yeah.
That give me an idea that the likelihood of this move happening is actually quite high. Now, and again, I wouldn't just say whale into this position, but if I was taking this position, I'd look at it and say, well, risk and reward, really, if I look at that and can say, if I'm taking a massive swing trade, not saying massive, but if I'm taking a swing trade here, I can have a 17% stop loss because I want to be really wrong. If I'm really wrong, you know, I could take a swing trade like that, and I could still probably, like, say, just put it below this daily level. And, you know, there's a 30% upside, meaning that I've got a 2 risk to reward. What that means is if I put in 100, I can get 200 back. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And I can double. So in that respect, my 2 risk to reward just there is I've got enough stop loss to say if I've really screwed up, it'll just cut me out at a certain loss of my account that we would.
That's a cool little tool then. So that tells you on that little green thing your risk to reward ratio.
Exactly.
Okay. What do you call that tool?
This is just plotting out your position. So this is a long position, meaning that you're going to be buying into the market. That's your stop loss. That's your entry point, and that's your sell point.
Right. Okay.
And this tool here is how effectively traders, or in this respect, swing traders, would be plotting out their position. They'd be saying, right, okay, I'm going to wait till the price. I mean, they might have already entered in this respect. Wait till the price comes to here.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy in. I'm going to have a stop loss here that says if I've really screwed up, it's going to take me out of the market at 1% loss on my account or 2% loss on my account. But I'm going to take profits. And I'd probably say the really kind of place you would take profits is probably around about there on this, you know, on this weekly level just here. So that's effectively how we can use the trend lines. We can use levels and we can use the RSI to build out a trade that, you know, is actually got quite a high percentage of happening, you know?
Yeah, no, that's good. And then let's say if that one loses, if you keep doing it at a risk reward where the reward is always higher than the risk, you'd like to think one would eventually do it, but obviously that's not how it always works. But it definitely gives you data.
If you're losing 1% of your account per trade, and let's say you take 5 trades, right? Then if you lose 3 trades, for example, and you make 5% on one trade, then you're 2% up overall, you know?
Yeah.
But the overall goal is not to be profitable every trade. The overall goal is to be profitable overall, you know?
Yeah.
So that's a little bit about how we break down utilizing levels of support and resistance in the overall top-down analysis mode while using trend lines and also the RSI to get a desired outcome, or to at least predict a desired outcome in the market.
And that's more for obviously people that are, like you say, day traders, stuff like that. If it was investment, what would you look at a bigger outlook? Or
I mean, you can use levels in investing. You know, if you've bought in very low and you see a massive monthly level coming up, it might be an idea to start selling some of your position, because you know that it's reacted there in the past, so it's very likely to react there in the future at least one time.
Yeah.
If it's a monthly level, it's pretty certain. You know, I never say certain, but it's going to react. It might break through it, but it's going to react, you know, to some extent.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, I think that was really good. That was really broken down, and I'm sure anyone that wants to know more or has a question will pop it in the comments below. And so thank you for teaching us all about the levels there. What do you think's happening at the moment with the market? Because we've been going a little bit sideways for sort of more than we'd like. But I think today Bitcoin's kind of rallied a little bit and gone a bit up.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
We should get a relief rally in the price. It's been trending downwards for a little bit for some time now. But that being said, in the daily time frame, we are actually trending upwards. So for me, it's only been retracements of the price that's been increasing and coming down along the way. For me, what I see with crypto at this moment in time, we're very much driven by the macros, right? And what I mean by that is we're very much the news, the wars, the
Fed.
The Fed, everything, you know, it's just having a negative effect on asset classes as a whole. Now, crypto a few years ago would have been absolutely decimated at this news, like decimated.
Yeah.
But the difference is this time that a lot of the projects are making money, and crypto's held up very well, which gives me great clarity that if we see some bullish news coming out, crypto will do very, very well off the back of that news. It's just until that happens, we're probably going to start to see it hemorrhage in value for some time.
Yeah, which one might say, great buying. great buying opportunity for the future if that's how you feel. But yeah,
exactly that.
Awesome. All right then, mate. Well, I'll let you crack on. Thanks ever so much for always teaching and educating us. And I'll see you on the next video. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, Elliot.
So there you go, guys. Elliot Rain there teaching us all about levels, support levels, resistance levels, and how we can use it and incorporate it with the other tools that we've learned, the RSI tool. So if there's anything that you want to learn going forward with our series and our episodes, please put them in the comments below, especially if you're new to crypto and you're a beginner. Let us know. Just put it in the comments and we can have a chat about it. As always, throw me a like if you like the episode. Comment below anything you want to see, like I've just said, and hit subscribe and turn the notification bell icon on so you never miss any of our upcoming episodes. So all that's left for me to say is thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.